Hello there, I'm Pete Cantu, Mayor of Plainsboro Township, and I'm here today with Lenny Soluro, who's our Director of Recreation and Community Services. Lenny, it's great to have you here today.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate the opportunity.
We really want to talk about today is some very exciting things that are happening in Plainsboro. We have our 100th anniversary next year. So 2019 will be the 100th anniversary of Plainsboro as a community. We're planning a number of programs to celebrate that, and one of them is a kickoff event, which is a wine tasting. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
First, I'd like to thank you and the Township Committee for the opportunity to chair this committee. It's been a great experience already, just 5 months into it. But as you said, the first event is going to be a wine tasting, which is going to be held on Friday, June 15th, at the Crown Plaza, right here off of Shawks, and we will be revealing the logo for the Centennial at the same time. We had a logo contest of all the high school students in the art departments, and we got plenty of, probably over 20 submissions, and we did come up with one, and we're going to be presenting the student at the wine tasting and unveiling the logo. The student will be receiving a $150 gift certificate to Barnes & Noble. So we think that's important that we had the high school students involved in the celebration of the Centennial. More on the wine tasting, Crown Plaza has been a gracious host for this kickoff event. You can find more information about the wine tasting on our website at www.plainsboronj.com, and we look forward to seeing all the residents there and kicking off this celebration. It'll be the initial fundraiser for the Centennial, but this will be the way of getting the information out to people that we are celebrating.
That's great, Lenny. I really would be remiss if I didn't thank you for chairing the event. I've had an opportunity since I participate as a member of the committee, had an opportunity to attend a number of meetings. I'm tremendously impressed with the enthusiasm and the committee and what they're doing. We really are excited about this event. We're excited about the overall celebration next year. There's a number of things that we're doing to celebrate this. I think it'd be good for you to expand upon some of the things that are going to be happening next year, the major events that are going to be happening next year.
First, before we get to that, I'd like to thank the committee. The committee is made up of over 20 people in and around the community of Plainsboro. Municipal staff, township committee representation, business representation, school representation, resident representation, historian representation. It's a great cross-section and a diverse community as a diverse committee as we are as a community, which is great. We touch all aspects on that committee, and we have subcommittees, and they have really taken the ball and roll, and so much work has been done in the short 5 months since we kicked off the committee in January. So it's been great, and it's been an honor to chair it. Basically, what we want to do is celebrate the diversity and the history of Plainsboro. Though it is going to be a 100-year celebration, it's going to be a full-year celebration of 100 years. But every time that we come together as a community, we do want to stress the proud history we have of Plainsboro Township, as well as the diversity. So that will be the underlying theme. Even though there will be celebratory events, that is the underlying thing that we have to keep in mind throughout the year that we celebrate. It's going to be the celebration, the year-long celebration will be centered around 4 major events, 1 per season. The first one will be a kickoff cocktail reception in January of 2019, to kick everything off, and we'll be looking for participation. All of our sponsors, partners will be there. Our second event, which will be the marquee event, if you will, of the whole celebration, which will be Founders Day of 2019, which that will be the main event of the year. We will expand upon our very productive Founders Day. We'll be reopening the Wyckoff House, so our parade will be a little bit longer. It'll end at the Wyckoff House. The plans are to reopen Wyckoff House on that day, to have guided tours throughout the house, and just continue on the celebration on Founders Day and expand on Founders Day. Moving forward, it's a really neat event that we're going to have in the fall. Will be we're going to team with Eden Autism, who have a 5K, a very successful 5K race every year. We're going to team with them, and we're going to, at the end of the race, we're going to have a international food truck festival with a concert over at Forest Hill Village. So we're really looking forward to that. It's a partnership with a great cause, partnering with Eden, and then having this food truck festival, international food truck festival, and the concert. And then finishing the year with what we're going to call a Winter Wonderland, which will be the final event of the year. And hopefully we're able to pull this off. We're going to have a portable ice skating rink for people to ice skate, ice carvings, and finish the whole celebration off with a fireworks display. So those are the 4 major events. Not to mention, like we said, it's going to be a full year of events. Other things.
I'm so excited about all of these events, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of the other events in a minute. But the one that are, well, I'm excited about all of them. That the Founders Day, expanded Founders Day, and the opening of the Wyckoff House is really going to be a spectacular event. The Wyckoff House is a wonderful facility. It's going to be a lasting facility for the celebration of Plainsboro's history. And a lot of the work that's being done by the committee, the Centennial Committee, is developing materials that will be utilized in that house. And again, the redevelopment of that house over the past 2 years has been really spectacular. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to all of those major events. But as you say, this is not just restricted to 4 major events. We have a number of smaller events that are going to take place throughout the year, and equally excited about those. Maybe talk a little bit about some of the things you're going to be doing.
Sure. The first one that people may have already heard about is we're going to do a photo contest. So from those photo contests, we're going to come up with 12 winners, and those winners will be put into a calendar. So we plan on distributing a calendar to all the residents next year with the 12 winners' pictures in the calendar with all the events throughout, and mentioning all of our sponsors and partners on that calendar. So right now, it was in the last Plainsboro Reporter, there was something mentioning the 100-year celebration, if people didn't already know about it, but also there was an article about the photo contest. So to refer to the Plainsboro Reporter, or it is on the website as well, how to enter the photo contest. And again, we will be selecting 12 winners, but everybody who does send a photo in will be displayed here at the community center next year. Sometime during the year, we'll have a photo display of everybody that submitted a photo, because we want everybody to get recognition. The other one that's kind of neat is we're going to do a 6th grade essay contest of what Plainsboro means to me, or the history of Plainsboro. And we, again, like we did with the logo contest with the high school, we think it's very important that the children of Plainsboro realize the great history of the township that they're being raised in. So we really wanted to get the buy-in from the school system. The superintendent's been great. Principal at Wyckoff School has been outstanding to work with. So we're really looking forward to getting some of those essays in, and the talented youngsters we have in this town. We know that we'll have a great contest. We also plan on planting 100 trees. It's pretty obvious why we picked 100, but that is our goal, will be to plant 100 trees during the centennial year. Centennial birthday party. We know, because we run such a great senior programs here, that we know that we do have some residents that are 100 years or older. And so we're going to have a big birthday bash celebration for anybody. So anybody who is out there in TV land that knows a neighbor that's 100 years old that lives in Plainsboro, please get in touch with the Recreation Department. We want to include them. It's going to be a big birthday bash celebration, not only for the township, but for our residents that are 100 years or older. And then we do plan on planning a time capsule to commemorate the centennial, so that sometime in the future, that centennial time capsule will be dug up, and people will know how great of a celebration we had. So they're just some of them. The plan is to have one event, small, minor, per month throughout the year.
I think it's great, and I think it's particularly great since we're involving so many different members of the community as part of the process. And speaking of that, let me talk a little bit about some of the opportunities for residents to participate and our businesses to participate in the program. I know we're doing outreach in those areas, and maybe you can expand a little bit about that.
Correct. We did mention the committee before. Anybody can volunteer for any of the events or to be on the committee. The committee is made up of one big group, but then it's also made up of subcommittees. We have a historical subcommittee who's putting together a time capsule, which will be a piece that hopefully will end up at the Wyckoff House and that will live on and on and on. We also have a marketing subcommittee who their big push right now is to have a separate website. We're developing a separate website for the Centennial so that people could go directly to that website and get all the Centennial information that they need. And then we obviously have an event subcommittee, which has been planning most of these events. But any resident that wants to be involved either on a committee or just to volunteer for one of the events next year, just get in touch with the Recreation Department, either by phone or just go to our website or our email. And we'll be glad to involve any resident that wants to be involved in the Centennial. And then our businesses, I mean, we can't do this without the businesses. They have been more than gracious throughout my 5 years here in Plainsboro of helping us support our programs, whether it be Founders Day, Haunted Tonight, or any of our other programs. We're going to look towards the businesses, and they, again, can find any donation forms will be on our website, and they'll probably also be being contacted directly for support.
As you know, I'm involved in that process, and we've just began that outreach to the major businesses in the community. And we're delighted. There seems to be already some responses and some fundraising that have taken place to help support the program. As you say, the business community in Plainsboro has just been spectacular in their support of community events.
Outstanding.
And I'm sure it'll be the same for the Centennial, so we're looking forward to that. Also looking forward to all of the events that are going to take place. Some of them sound very, very exciting. I am also looking forward, and will be with my wife at the wine tasting that's coming up. So, again, I want to thank you for communicating to our residents what's going on as far as Centennial is concerned. I'm looking forward to all of the events and looking forward to a great Centennial celebration for Plainsboro Township.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor.